what you just made.
Okay, so here we are again to make more tiny little things. Today I'm joined by my friend Terry. As I was sharing my stories for Stargate Atlantis, I was informed that he was a frequent background performer on Stargate SG-1. So Terry, that means that must have been in Toronto, is that right?
No, that was a long time
Oh,
ago.
you lived on the
Back
West Coast.
in Vancouver. When that
Oh,
still existed. Back in
right.
the hot zeros.
Right, yeah. So we'll walk down memory lane. Well, thank you for waking up
I
from
think
your
I think
nap.
the I think the hi everyone. It's great being here. Part of it's craft and chaos. Yes.
Crafts versus chaos. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. There we go. A big fan. If you haven't seen it before, tune in to the other episodes. I mean, his master craftsman, Kevin here, is going to take us through putting together this. Okay, first off, before we go any further, where did you get this thing? This thing that you're putting together right
Oh,
now?
this was from our friend Dorian. She ordered them in the mail. So yeah, we were gonna get together and do crafting sessions, and then the world started to end. I can't remember how many Horsemen of the Apocalypse we have had now, but yeah, I figured
Think
I'd
about 7,
yeah.
which doesn't make any sense.
No, well.
So this thing, from what I could glean, is it's like a little like greenhouse or something like that.
Yeah, I think it's like sort of like after you retire, you build a little glass building in your backyard and put some plants in
Okay,
it and maybe an easel to do
right.
some painting.
So is this part of like a set of different buildings you can get, and then you could like fill your basement and like walk around it like
Right,
Godzilla, that
yeah,
sort of
you
thing?
could. There's actually Dorian's working on the library. I'm not sure how far along she is on that, but that's her
Really?
project.
And
Um,
the other thing too is, what is the scale, do you think?
it will be about this big when all is
So
done.
how big would, say, a human being be?
And
Like,
then the
so far as
human
your
I think
hand is
would
concerned.
think the human would be about this big. So
Okay.
it'll be about the size. So the real life size would be about the size of a shed, backyard tool shed, and then the scale size is about the size of. I think it would come up to about my chest, although I'm still not quite certain yet. But oh, hang on a second. I guess I'll show the audience as well. There's Terry's there, and then there's you. So I'm
Technology!
yeah. All right, I'm just gonna take a quick break here. Okay, sorry, we had a little bit of technical difficulties. So just confirming with Terry that he was in Vancouver. That would have been when was that, Terry?
That would have been 99 to 2003-ish. About
Okay.
3 years.
Right, and then I was there from 2003 to 2009.
We just missed each
We
other.
just missed each
Yeah.
other. Cruel fate. So both SG-1 and Atlantis were filmed in the same studio. Then is that right? The one just past the Burnaby border.
Well, I would assume so, because it was such a huge studio, and they. Yeah, I mean, I don't know what the set was like there. I mean, I got a lot of what it was that you're in, but it was the same thing when I did the original series. Like, it was a huge set, lots of hallways and
Right.
bric-a-brac and technology and whatnot. So yeah, it had to be, yes.
Right, and now SG-1 that was because I was trying to remember because that was like a base, right? Like I was wrestling with like there were controls for the gate, and a lot of the
Yeah, of course they still had the actual, Stargate, the
right.
one from the movie, and that set was always there every time I was doing any episode or whatever there. That was always just a piece that was always in the building.
Right. Now, would you have been a soldier on that mostly, or what would you?
No, I was mostly aliens and
Oh, okay.
whatnot.
Right. Nice.
I mean, really nice costumes and props, and you can always tell when a series is successful because all the crew and everything like that, they're happy as clams.
Yeah.
They're happy to be there, and I remember I was putting on my costume, and they gave me one of those clickety clack snake guns, with the head that would actually go click click as it shot out.
Oh, seriously?
Its laser or whatever. And this is around the time when Polaroids were suddenly becoming very expensive. So it's like I asked the guy, "Could you please take a Polaroid of me in my costume so I can send it back to my dad?" And he's like, "Oh, I don't know. It's like these are about $2 a piece."
Oh,
it's
really?
like, "Oh, no, I understand, don't worry." But at the end of the day, he did. He said, "Yeah, come here. I'll take a picture of you."
Nice.
Really nice guy, really nice set. Pleasure to work on it.
Yeah. Did you have any random encounters with the stars that would like Richard Dean Anderson? Was sort of the big name on that.
No, there was no base. The reoccurring characters. The episodes I did were always about whoever the bad guy was at that point.
Right.
And there was this one where this one guy was like, he was trying to break out of jail, and I was one of the guards. And then the other guard goes inside because it looks like he's dead. So he goes in, and the guard checks him out and says, oh my God, he's dead. But then he jumps up, grabs him by the neck, and that, of course, is where you cut, right?
Right.
Then as we're going along, the one guy in the crew, I mean, I see this right away because I see where the camera is and I'm holding my gun at this guy on the floor, right? While the other guard goes and checks him out and then, right? And then I'm like, well, what happened to me? Why didn't I shoot him? Why didn't I do something?
Right.
Now, I'm just an extra, so I'm not doing anything, right? Yeah. But then this one grip or a gaffer or whoever, he mutters under his breath, well, what about this guy right here? I mean, he has a gun. He's pointing it at him. I mean, we see this, right. And nothing happens. Okay, right? So then it keeps going, and then one of the ADs, you can see him screwing up his face going, well, what happens when this guy's here? He's going to shoot him, blah, 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 blah. So it starts dawning on everyone on the set until finally the last setup, the camera turns around, goes down, and it goes in for a tight shot of the guy on the ground, this mysterious alien guy. And then he gets up and he grabs the other guy, and then finally everyone goes, good, moving on. And he's on the ground, and then he points at me and goes, well, what about this guy here? He's got a gun on me. And everyone just sort of shrugs their shoulders and moving on.
Seriously?
No one cared.
Oh, okay. I thought this was going to be one of those stories where they thought, oh yeah, let's give this guy an upgrade. Maybe have someone knock him down or something. But no, just...
Or something, but... at that point, and I mean, it's a fun little bit, but who knows how they edit it together?
And that's another thing.
And
yeah.
Besides, if you're not really paying attention to that's then it's like you'll miss it completely. So,
although sci-fi fans are usually pretty a little bit finicky. Like I'm sure the message boards lit up after that. What happened to the second guard? What happened? What happened to him?
So, do you, when you were doing it, okay, first off, you can check out the set and you can say, okay, that's camera, that's the director, that's the writer, derpa.
Right.
But then on that set, what I got, and I'm pretty sure I'm right, the most important person was continuity. And she was this woman with this huge binder, right? Uh-huh. And she was going around like, nope, this has to be, that has to, no, that's not going to be. This was the most important person on the set, bar none.
Right.
Because she was the one saying, yes, it can't be that, because remember in episode 4, blah, 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 or it's like, no, because we're going to be doing da, da, da. She was in total control of what was going on. If she came along and said, no, you can't do that, it has to be the blah, blah, they would have to reset. They would have to do whatever it was that they needed to do in order. And you're absolutely right. Yep. Because if it's not, the fanboys, they're going to get ya.
Well,
they're going to get ya.
I had a brief conversation with one of the gate operators, and I can't remember. To be honest with you, I didn't really watch the show, so I can't say for sure if he was actually a character or just a regular featured extra, like if he had lines or not. But he said, if he pushed the buttons in the wrong order when opening or closing a gate, he'd find out about it from the fans. Yeah.
The funny thing is that in order to remember, it was probably his pin. So everyone, if you see this episode and you see that guy and you get a hold of his debit card, all you have to do is figure out, that's his pin. Yeah.
So that's when they were going to
guarantee you.
This planet, yeah.
Of course, he is an actor, so he doesn't have any money.
Right. You're wasting your time. And another thing they were particular about, I had a friend who did a bit of crew on that, and so like the pool of light within the gate, that's all CGI, that's all added. But of course to add ambience and ambient lighting, there was a couple people up there with like big tin foil or whatever, creating some reflections on the ground. After 3 takes of getting it wrong, I don't know if it would have been a lighting person or if it would have been like it could have just gone to a PA. I don't know. I know on sets there's very distinct designations of tasks. Like certain lighting people have to move the lights, grips have to move the electricity, that kind of thing. So I'm not really sure who's doing the light.
Don't touch stuff on set.
Yeah.
You're going to get yelled at.
Yeah. So this person got fired after 3 attempts of getting the lighting right. They were very particular about the ambient lighting from the gates. Like, sorry, you're fired. Oops. Which, to be honest with you, I kind of get that, but overall, like they were a great crew to work for. Like again, they were happy, and of course the extras loved it because we got to eat off the cart. That is such a big thing for a background when they bring out the snack cart with hot food, and they say help yourself. And I think part of it was that I did actually become like regular enough because I think in the story of Stargate Atlantis, they're somehow isolated from the rest of the Stargate cast for some reason. I remember it was a big thing.
Yes.
When they finally something a warning message just flashed on the camera and then disappeared before I could read it. I think it said something with the temperature. Let's just take a quick pause here. Okay, yeah, so I was fairly regular on that, or regular enough, but then again, when the universe opened up, that's I don't think I was on there ever again. I think like the story of reasoning was that we could finally go home, but yeah, so it was a big deal because there was an actual crossover episode. So I guess the two alpha males, one of them, the one on Stargate would have been Jason Momoa as Ronan, and Teal'c, is that the name of the man on Stargate? I think that was his name. He had an odd name. So of course they start butting heads, of course. Actually, a couple stories with that, but yeah, of course they decide to square off in a fight, and they fight with big sticks. No symbolism there. Yeah, so I got part of I got to be part of that scene, watching them try to beat each other with sticks. But there's the scene I remember with Jason Momoa. It's a little bit of yeah. So they're in their cafeteria, and the two of them are sitting across from each other at the table having an argument, whatever, and just out of the blue. And nobody was warned. I'm not even sure if the actor playing Teal'c was warned. Now, if that's true, it's very unprofessional of Jason. But the director and cameraman were not warned. He just all of a sudden steps back and flips the table. He literally flipped. It was a beautiful flip. Like it literally flipped in place. Like it didn't go flying all over. But from the director's reaction, he did not know that was coming. Now I really hope Teal'c knew that it was coming, because that is a bad thing to do to an actor and kind of dangerous. But
so was it one of those cut was immediately screamed?
No, they kind of played it through, but afterwards, somebody, I'm not, to be honest with you, I'm not sure it was the director, but they all kind of had words for him, and one of them said, "Jason, you're acting like an actor from Toronto."
Wow.
Yeah.
Burn.
Yeah. So is he Canadian then? Is that? That doesn't sound right.
No, I don't think so. We would have heard about that.
Yeah, right. That would have been a big thing. He's one of our own. Yeah. And I did encounter him once outside the studio. We both happened to leave at the same time, and I was on my bike, and he was driving a pink Cadillac convertible. He's married.
So how tall is he, like, compared to you?
I think he's tall. Like I think he's probably I'm just over 6 feet, and I think he is too, which is odd because like a lot of Hollywood is not tall. They're the opposite of tall.
No, they aren't. They are very short. Everyone, just so you know, everyone in Hollywood is about 4'9".
Yeah.
Kevin, the likes of Kevin, like I'm 6 foot. The likes of Kevin and I, we are fully a head taller than everyone.
Now I think it's especially more pronounced in movies. I think because I did X-Men 3 and well, I mean I was close to Halle Berry and she is tiny, but Hugh Jackman, I think I oh wait, no, I did walk past Hugh Jackman, but apparently they didn't like my response. So in the movie, it's the square off between the mutants and the Magneto's mutants and Professor X's mutants at Alcatraz, and so Wolverine is fighting this guy, the Chameleon. So every time he slices off an arm, they're growing back. But in the scene itself, in real life, sorry, I should say, he's got green sleeves on, and we're supposed to be walking by and staring in awe. But there was the guy on set. He wasn't even like film crew, or he was. Since there were so many soldiers, now I was playing a soldier myself, but they actually, there is an agency, an extras agency that specializes in military personnel, which of course you get so much of in Vancouver. Yeah, and so he was sort of their wrangler, and and so. So we kind of had instructions to stare in awe at what we were seeing, and so I kind of wandered past and looked agape, and I must have just looked stupid because go back to hold. I'm like, what?
That's too agape.
Yeah, exactly. I really think that's what it was. I think I just kind of looked at it like, nah. So I didn't get to see that. Yeah. But that was kind of a neat set. And unfortunately, I wasn't there for the day they were tossing cars, but my girlfriend at the time was. She had a friend doing lighting crew, and she actually got to go onto set and watch them throwing cars at at just tossing
So,
cars.
any idea how many days that took? That whole scene, like weeks.
That scene took forever because there was always a light snow. Like those were all night shoots, of course. So we'd get there at about midnight or 10 o'clock. We spent so many 12-hour nights just waiting for the snow to clear. Not even a heavy snow. That
Right.
one that one was kind of a weird set. Yeah, just so much waiting, and I think that might have affected the final product because so many days. I mean, it would have been second unit probably, just because there's like crowd scenes and stuff like that. Although they did have a lot of the main actors there too, like Storm and Wolverine, and
Right.
I'm trying to remember if I saw the Beast there. Was there a hairy blue skin guy? And of course, and then
was
Magneto.
that was
Who's the other?
Kelsey Grammer, right?
Yes, yes, right. Yeah. Yeah, so much of our days on that one we're just waiting, just waiting. So spent a lot of nights there on the set, and it's kind of cool because they had like
Where
the
was that?
bridge.
Where was that set?
Um, that was like in a big empty field in like maybe not Richmond, but maybe Langley. Oh, it's incredible though. Like even a set like that. Like I didn't have a car for most of my time in Vancouver, but I was able to get into a field in the middle of nowhere by bus, which is really cool. Like like imagine being able to take the bus to the Berry Barn here or something like that. That's
Right.
yeah.
Kevin, for all the craft fans out there, what did you make? What was
Oh,
the first thing you made?
right. So I made a little stool. That's
Oh, it is a stool.
got a
Okay.
little stool there. This is a rug. Just winding some rope on there. That's kind of
Yeah.
cute. Oh,
All
sure.
right.
Let me
Yeah.
get this better
Okay.
to the camera. Beautiful. And this cloth you're going to see a lot of. Shows up a few places, and this I'm actually getting into the floor. Although it's insane how much little stuff there is. Like I won't be really making the actual frame that holds all this for a long time. There's plants with individual
Yes,
leaves
the
here.
first couple of things you did was like an easel, and did you make a window or little
These are some
boxes?
pictures and some crates, some boxes,
Okay.
lots of picture frames. What else? Oh yeah, shelves. A lot of little shelves.
Shelves, yeah.
Got to be shelves to hold all this stuff. Yeah.
And
So
as I pointed out to Kevin before, he uses too much glue, and I think all the crafties out there agree with me. But he's going to do what he does, so fine, full steam ahead.
yep. Well, thanks a lot, Terry. I really appreciate you coming in here and sharing your stories, and maybe we can even do it again sometime.
Sure. And I think I'm going to go grab one of these sets and start making them too the next time I watch your thing.
That's awesome.
Again, you use too much glue, but I appreciate the effort.
Thanks a lot, Terry.